Pundit slams a new signing after poor performances. Manchester United star Joshua Zirkzee has been criticized by ESPN pundit Craig Burley. Following Man United's draw against Aston Villa at the weekend, their performance and some of the players in particular have been criticized. The Red Devils are currently 14th in the Premier League standings after their worst start to a Premier League season. New signing Zirkzee has only scored one Premier League goal this season, and it came in the opening match of the season against Fulham. Since then, his time at Old Trafford has been a massive struggle, with the player failing to make an impact whether he starts or comes from the bench. While speaking on ESPN, Burley criticized the Dutch attacker and claimed he is never a Man United player. Burley said, "But they say that's another clean sheet. After losing the amount of goals they did last week, after losing the amount of goals they did in Porto, after signing all these players in the summer and leaving them on the bench, some of the signings have been absolutely horrendous. Højlund hasn't worked out, obviously. We've talked about Zirkzee. My God, he is never a Man United player." It's not a surprise to see the Man United attacker come under severe criticism this season. Erik ten Hag's team have only scored 5 goals in the Premier League this season. Only Southampton have scored fewer goals than the Red Devils. Nothing has worked out for Man United this season, and that is why they are closer to the relegation zone than the top 4 of the Premier League. Their poor form and their disastrous start to the season has raised questions about the future of the manager. Having thrown money on new signings in the summer, Man United have struggled in attack, midfield and defense. Their only silver lining of the season is the fine form of Andre Onana, who has the most clean sheets in the Premier League this season. Ten Hag has to turn around the disastrous time at the club or face the sack as uncertainty over his future is increasing every week. Manchester United star admits he's been playing with injury in recent games. Manchester United star Alejandro Garnacho has revealed he's had injury problems recently, saying he's been playing through the pain in the last 2 games. The Argentine has been a key player for Man United in the last year or so, but he is not quite looked himself so far this season, in what has admittedly been a difficult start for pretty much the entire team. Still, it seems Garnacho's issues may partly be down to the fact that he's been carrying a knee problem, which he says will now keep him out of action for the upcoming international break. United fans will no doubt be hoping that this is just a bit of a precaution from Garnacho, as they won't want to be without the talented 20-year-old for too long. Garnacho has been an eye-catching performer in this United side, with his development one of the few positives to take from the Erik ten Hag era. Other attacking players like Marcus Rashford, Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zirkzee and Antony aren't really firing right now, so Ten Hag will need Garnacho back in the team as soon as possible. Perhaps this will just be a case of United trying to protect the player with a minor injury during yet another international break, with the busy footballing calendar seeming to lead to so many more serious injuries at the moment. Rodri and Dani Carvajal are among the big names to recently pick up season-ending injury problems, while Arsenal lost club captain Martin Odegaard during the last international break, so perhaps wrapping Garnacho in cotton wool for the next couple of weeks is a sensible idea for all involved. Man United ready to pay €50 million to sign a star from Premier League rivals, player aware of Man United interest. Manchester United are reportedly ready to try a €50 million transfer bid for Aston Villa defender Pau Torres following his strong form since his arrival in the Premier League. The Red Devils have not made a good start to the season, and it could be that further changes are required at the back, despite the club investing in both Matthias de Ligt and Lenny Yoro during the summer. Torres has been on Man United's list in the past, with Fabrizio Romano telling us that Erik ten Hag favoured Lisandro Martinez at that time instead, and the Spaniard later ended up moving to Villa Park. The 27-year-old has had a great impact for Unai Emery's side, so it perhaps now makes sense that he is attracting interest from United again, as per a report from Spanish outlet Vigaches, who add that the player is aware of the interest but just focusing on Villa for now. The report claims that United could be ready to pay as much as 50 million euros for Torres, with Villa apparently open to the deal, as it could allow them the chance to reinvest that money elsewhere in their squad. Torres is a fine player, but United have already given Ten Hag plenty of money to spend on signings in that position, with De Ligt and Euro joining this year, while Martinez was also brought in the Dutchman's first season in charge. Even if Torres is proven in the Premier League, unlike those players prior to joining Man United, it's debatable if this is really what's required to solve the team's problems, with midfield perhaps still looking like more of an issue as Manuel Ugarte has struggled to settle, while the aging Casemiro and Christian Eriksen are surely not long-term options. Still, if Villa are really ready to let a player like Torres go for 50 million euros, it perhaps makes sense that United are on alert and at least considering this opportunity, particularly as one imagines Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof won't be at the club beyond this season. Manchester United transfer target offers possible clue over his future. Bayern Munich left-back Alphonso Davies has suggested he is not currently focusing on signing a new contract with the Bundesliga giants. Amid links with Manchester United, Davies is due to be out of contract at Bayern at the end of the season, and has been quoted by Fabrizio Romano as saying he is just thinking about helping his current club on the pitch. As noted by Romano, the Canada international is edging closer to the end of his Bayern deal, meaning that if he is not thinking about discussing in new terms now, we are really not too far away at all from the player being able to negotiate a free transfer to a new team for next season. Davis was recently linked with Man United by a report from Give Me Sport, and it's easy to imagine that the Red Devils would understandably be on alert for such a big name player potentially being available on a free. Davis could also be a fine option for United to strengthen at left back, with Luke Shaw proving injury prone and unreliable in that position for some time now. Ben Chilwell is also on United's radar, but Davis would surely be the superior option if Man United could strongly enter the race for his signature in the weeks and months ahead. Bayern fans will no doubt hope there is still some chance of their club being able to hold on to Davis, who has been a star performer at the Allianz Arena for many years now. It won't be easy to replace the 23-year-old without spending a fortune, so it's a big blow for Bayern if he leaves without even giving them a transfer fee, while he will also almost certainly end up strengthening one of their major European rivals. Premier League manager continues to be linked to Man United amid uncertainty over Ten Hag's future. Brentford manager Thomas Frank continues to be linked with the Man United job amid uncertainty over the future of the Manchester club's current boss Erik Ten Hag. The Red Devils have made an underwhelming start to the 24-25 campaign, as they currently sit in 14th place in the Premier League table with just 2 wins from their opening 7 matches. This follows on from a poor season last time around, as Man United finished 8th in the league, in addition to finishing bottom of their Champions League group. The FA Cup win may have saved Ten Hag his job at Old Trafford, but still over the summer, other managers continued to be linked to the role. That is when Thomas Frank's name popped up, and the Danish coach even admitted that it was flattering to be in contention for the manager's role at United. Frank told Ball the following: "First of all, I think it's flattering and a recognition of the work I have done. I'm glad that others are noticing the work we are doing at Brentford, but having said that, what goes on at Brentford is not a one-man show." Months later, the Brentford boss continues to be linked with replacing Ten Hag in the Old Trafford hot seat. Man United's board are set to meet on Tuesday in London, and after their discussions, the future of Ten Hag should become clearer. According to TalkSport's Alex Crook, amid uncertainty over Ten Hag's future, Frank continues to be a candidate for the manager's role at Man United, as the Danish coach has a lot of admirers on the Manchester club's board. This would likely come as an underwhelming appointment in the eyes of most Man United fans, as people such as Thomas Tuchel are available. However, they would certainly prefer the Brentford boss over Gareth Southgate, who has a lot of friends on Manchester club's board. Fabrizio Romano reveals the truth to Man United links with title-winning manager. Fabrizio Romano has provided an update on the Manchester United manager situation, flying down links with Inter Milan boss Simone Inzaghi as a potential replacement for Erik ten Hag. Inzaghi has impressed with Inter, leading the Serie A Giants to the title last season, but it remains to be seen if it's actually likely that he is going to end up making the move to the Premier League anytime soon. While it's easy to see why Man United might view Inzaghi as an exciting potential appointment and an upgrade on the struggling Ten Hag, it seems Romano is not at all convinced that anything is happening there at the moment. He said, "Guys, I can tell you that it's absolutely nothing ongoing right now between Simone Inzaghi and Manchester United, no chance." The journalist went on to say that there is no negotiation happening and that it looks like Inzaghi will be staying where he is for this season, as both he and his club are happy with each other. Inzaghi is doing impressive work with Inter, so it might be that at some point they will struggle to keep hold of him, but for now, Man United might need to look elsewhere if they decide to part ways with Ten Hag. United's poor start to the season continue it as they drew against Aston Villa without scoring, making it their worst start to a league campaign in 35 years. In fairness to Inzaghi, it's hard to see why he'd be tempted by such a difficult job, with United struggling under a number of different managers since the legendary Sir Alex Ferguson retired back in 2013. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.